Great. Welcome to the day 2 of the session that we are doing, establishing yourself as a yoga teacher, yoga therapist in the online space. And today this is the second session. We did the first session earlier. The recording is available on YouTube. You can go and watch the second session. This is the second session, what we are doing right now. And in the first session, we had looked at the reasons why we should go online. And today we are exploring what the details of how do we establish our brand online. And let me start sharing my screen. And okay, before that, let me ask you this question. Can anybody unmute yourself and let me know what is the difference between sales, marketing, and delivery? Marketing, sales, delivery. Can anyone unmute yourself and let me know? Yes, Pooja, go ahead.
Yeah, hi. So sales is basically driving the numbers, getting the results, and marketing is spreading the awareness, informing your target audience about what your product is. That is marketing. And sales is the next step after marketing. Awareness already is there, then it is converted into business, that is sales. And delivery is the third part of it. So what you have sold and what your customers are expecting, that has to be delivered as per the promises made.
Fantastic, Pooja. Can you give this example from your travel industry that that you are into?
Sure. So marketing would be running a campaign about a package. For example, we have the Desert Festival coming up in Jaisalmer right now. So sending out mailers or advertising on social media or sending out information to other agents and public at large. So that is marketing, raising awareness about what the event is all about. Sales would be means could be any. It could be cold calls, it could be telephone calls, it could be anything. But sales would be getting packages, getting bookings for those packages. And delivery would be when these people actually arrive there. Their car should be ready, waiting for them. Their accommodation should be in place. Everything should be as per what you have promised.
Perfect, Pooja. I would give you 10 out of 10.
Thank you.
Great. So now I want anybody else to talk about marketing, sales, and delivery as a yoga therapist or a yoga teacher. Can you attempt? Can anybody attempt?
I can try, actually.
Yes, please.
Actually, sales is what it is there in the market. I mean, you have got certain things, ready-made thing, and you are just giving it to XYZ. Marketing is, I think, Pooja has really elaborated very well, is to the targeted audience. Like the targeted audience is a group of management persons, and accordingly, I design a program according to that particular group only. So for that purpose, I am doing marketing for that. And sales is that, it's suppose a ready-made product I've got and I'm giving to XYZ everyone same things. Marketing is to that particular audience. And of course, delivery is same, right? How I give it a presentation, how in what way I communicate to them.
Okay, Ajay, let's imagine that you are a yoga teacher, okay, and you conduct online yoga classes.
Right.
So from this perspective, what will encompass the marketing activities? What will be encompassing the sales activities, and what is delivery?
What I think is that marketing activity will be that I will design a program, yoga as per the need, because there are 50 plus group is there, 50 age and plus.
Hmm.
50 plus persons are there. So accordingly, I will design a program according to their profile, so that they can accordingly adjust it. So yoga, like what kind of asanas will be there, what kind of pranayam, etc., should be there to that particular group. So our marketing will be according to that, what I feel.
Okay. And sales will be what?
And sales will be just numbers are there, that how many persons are there, and how many it's like that only. Clarity wise.
Okay, no problem. You very well attempted. A round of applause from our side to Ajay ji for having
Still, I can
attempted
think
this.
but I have not thought it.
No problem, no problem.
Marketing, I feel, is that you particularly to that group, you are catering the need of that person.
Okay, Alpa, you want to try?
Yes, I will try. Doing online classes would include making videos for them to see and join the classes, and making elaborate points regarding the yoga functions and processes on your website or wherever you are marketing the product, and then also your credibility and your what to say, the qualifications and the credibility also is known to them, so that it produces the goodwill in them, so they can join the classes. And by the word of mouth and by the word of calls, it also would go with messages and all personal messages also. So on social media also, you can be actively market your products regarding your online classes, and elaborate timing and everything mentioned in a correct way, so that it is possible for them to join according to their needs and comfort of their homes. So that would be the marketing for online classes. And
Perfect, very good.
and I think the sales would involve them registering because of this marketing skills. All the marketing products, they when they see it and when they register for that, that will be the start of your sale. And the payment procedure and all through going through after that would be your perfect sales then, and then you can start your sale like that.
Perfect. And what will be delivery?
And delivery would be whatever you promised. So it should be done very effectively and covered everything, whatever it's promised in a proper way, and not taking into account consideration of everything what you have written and what you have promised according to your in the marketing. Not
Perfect. Very good, Alpa.
thank you,
A round of applause for Alpa. Great. Fantastic. So Alpa, you've done it very well. Thank you so much. So let me just rehash whatever Alpa, Pooja, and Ajay mentioned here. So if I look at it, it's a circle. Okay, it's a big circle. We start with marketing because we need to let the world know that there's a person by name Veer Narayan who can teach yoga. So I have to be known to people. They should have said that, okay, isko dekha hai kahin pe. That's marketing. Okay. So in the physical world, the marketing would be advertisement, paper insert, hoarding, advertisement online. So all these are marketing. So in the yoga context, they should know that somebody by name Veer Narayan takes yoga classes, and that's it. So that's where the marketing ends. Then comes sales. So sales is basically how much I make per month by offering my services. So here it's a function of two things. If I've done good marketing, there are a lot of people who come to my door and then say that, okay, we want to be associated with you. We want to try your classes. So if my marketing has done very well, let's think of it as a funnel. A funnel, if marketing is done well, there are a lot of people who come to my doorstep and say that I want to take your service. And then the services, which is basically once I sell, I have to package it very well and then say that, okay, you get this plus this for this much. Do you want to take? That is sales. So sales directly converts to how much is there in your bank account by way of the services that you offer. Now, the delivery part, as you rightly mentioned, Alpa and Pooja, is that whatever you commit while you're marketing and selling, has the customer perceivedly got that or not? It's not what you have delivered. Has the customer, is he perceiving that he's got whatever that you had promised? Okay, so this is a circle. The reason why I'm telling you this is a circle is your delivery will once again affect your marketing, and your marketing will affect your sales, and sales will be affected by the delivery. So if you have not delivered as per your promise, you will have bad mouthing in the market. If you have done good delivery of services, the circle will start growing bigger and bigger. And then you will, without even much marketing, you get a lot of sales, and you will have a larger community. Hope this is clear. If you are clear with this, give me a thumbs up, either physical or virtual. If you're clear with this. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Nash, welcome. What's Raj, welcome.
Welcome, sir. Welcome. How are you?
Yes. I'm doing
So
great.
sorry, I was riding my bike, so I was just returning somewhere, so couldn't reach in time.
No problem. No problem.
Got caught
So
a bit of traffic.
we just looked at what we did yesterday and we just revised it. Okay, we just started. Okay, so now let's go back to the slide and look at. We are clear on this part. Let me start sharing. Okay, so marketing, sales, and delivery is clear. Now, let's look at. Okay. Has anybody heard of niche or specialization? Niche or specialization? What is a niche or specialization? Yeah.
Yes. So it is basically out of what all you offer, one particular subject you are an expert in. Like, for example, in my profession, though I am a travel agent, but I specialize in tours to Rajasthan and Gujarat. So that's my niche.
This is exactly, I was thinking Pooja will come out with this, and then it was a very right example for Pooja, yes. And is it important to have a niche?
It is. It kind of establishes your brand and it gives you an identity. Otherwise, you are a fish in the sea, and it like anybody else.
Exactly.
It's your USP. It's your USP.
Correct. So there is a small difference between USP and a niche. The difference being that USP stands for unique selling proposition, where it's the way in which you deliver your product, the way in which you brand yourself. It's a larger. If I were to put niche, USP is a bigger umbrella and niche is a smaller umbrella. So niche is what specialization you choose. Let's say you choose a specialization from a yoga perspective. What could be the specialization? Let's say you're into 5 years of teaching yoga. What could be the niche that you can choose? Can somebody give me some options here?
The niche can be chosen as a Hatha yoga practitioner.
Correct.
Some are very much curious about the yams and niyams part also, especially the senior citizens and all.
Yes.
So they would like to follow with the complete dedication the yams and niyams with discipline. So that also could be the niche.
Yes, absolutely. In fact, what you're saying right now is the kind of yoga. See, we all know that yoga is the holistic way of living life. And many people associate yoga with exercise, asanas. and just pranayama. So yam niyam is there. And when we talk about yoga, it's a way of life. But however, the usual world around us recognizing that what kind of yoga do we do? Is it Hatha Yoga, Vinyasa Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, Iyengar Yoga, Bikram Yoga, Hot Yoga, Kundalini Yoga, Yin Yang Yoga, Restorative Yoga, Prenatal Yoga? So these are the questions that we get. So these are the niches from the kind of methodology we have chosen to teach. It's a school of thought. Now there could be other one from a ailment perspective or a disease perspective. What could be those niches?
Back yoga, for specialization for lower back and back related problems.
Exactly. What else could be?
Shoulder neck release, stress
Hmm.
yoga, anxiety related yoga. You can take any one topic and expand on it. Very particularly, one thing I've seen really picking up is anxiety and stress related practices. A lot of pranayam and meditative practices for people with very good yoga. I heard of is office related yoga practice, office yoga, using chairs and whatever props you have available in the office. That's one thing I've recently read a lot about. There's a
Very
book by
true.
Sri Sri Ravi Shankar and the Art of Living on office yoga. I have that book. It's fascinating.
True. And unfortunately, this is growing. There are a lot of people who are getting stressed going to office, and some people working from home and still getting stressed. And that's one niche. And I have somebody in my community who does magic with migraine using. So her specialization is she helps people come out of migraine. And you need to brand yourself. Magic with migraine is a very catchy phrase. And as Nash mentioned, it could be lower back pain, but then how do you package it in such a way that you are known? I know a person who says that I am the India's first boundary coach. And the first thing that comes to what is boundary coach? So he also delves into stress management and how to come out of stress. But then he says that I put boundaries to people. I help put boundaries to themselves. So I'm a boundary coach. So he has branded himself in such a way that people are wanting to know what is this difference. Okay, so that's where the niche part, what I was talking about is you need to have establish a niche because you become a specialist in that area. Okay, fine. So with niche known and we know what is unique selling proposition, we move to the next part of our presentation, which is how do you establish a brand? Now we understood that marketing is the first part. Now, how do we market ourselves are the components that we will look at now, right now. Okay, fine. Thank you, Pooja, for still being on the camera. So content creation is the one of the easiest ways of marketing yourself, letting the world know that you are there. And for this, the first things are, as students, when you are learning something, instructional videos are very easy to make. Either you as the person on the video or you giving instructions and somebody else is doing. Start creating content with instructional videos. The do's and don'ts, what you use, how you narrate it to the audience does the difference. Now, in your session, what you would be taught is you will be first made to do asana, and then you will be asked to narrate it such that somebody else does it. Now, just think of it. When your voice is the only medium through which the other person is understanding, how clear are you in your communication to the other person that they are understanding what you're saying and then following what you're doing? So this is a very important aspect. Now, until unless you practice this, once you go onto the field, it becomes very difficult. So my invitation to all of you is at least do one instructional video every week. Whatever could be the asana, or let it be doing and narrating. So you know where the challenges are. So the second kind of content creation that you can go ahead with a wellness tip. Now, what I'm telling you right now is, and in fact, the entire both sessions, the one which I did on the 12th and I'm doing right now, it might sound to you as if you know everything, but what has not happened is the actioning has not yet happened. And that's where the challenge comes. Many of us know through, we have seen videos, we have interacted with people, we know that creating a video is important. But until unless you do it, until unless the action happens, it remains there. You will not know what are the challenges that you will face. So wellness tips are important. So now how do I get to know the wellness tips? You ask your participants as to what they have done. If let's say participant comes to you and says that I have back pain and can you help me with the back pain related yoga, you can help her. But then at the same time, you have seen her skin to be lustrous and her hair to be very long and free flowing. Then you can ask her, what have you been doing for your skin and hair? Use that as an tip for others. So validate it with some of your Ayurveda friends. So that's the second way of creating content. And personal insights. Personal insights is what makes the difference as compared to AI, where you can ask for knowledge, it will give you knowledge. But relating it to your experiences, how it has helped you in life, what were the challenges you faced are important. For example, what are the mistakes that people do when they do Bhujangasana? Could be a topic. Or when lifting something heavy, what are the do's and don'ts that you need to have, you need to do? I talk about this story of 2007 when my mother asked me to pick up a small container from the top shelf of the kitchen, and then I reached to the container, and as soon as I reached, I had a severe ache in my back, and I laid down on the floor. I was not able to get up. I used help of my mother on one side and my wife on the other side. They took me to the bedroom and laid me down on the bed. The next day morning, when we went to the orthopedic said that, Veer Narayan, you have minor slip disc. Now, this is a narration of a story that has happened with me personally, and that's the point in time where I changed and started following yoga. Now, this personal insight is very personal to me, and many people will be able to connect. For those who have had back pain when they try to reach to a container, or when they were lying on the floor when the back pain was so severe. So the connection happens when you are able to give personal insights. So you need to make a repository of such personal insights, and it doesn't happen that if you sit down to write down your personal repository. It happens when in a free flow, when you're talking to a friend, when you're talking to a participant, suddenly this idea comes to you that, okay, 5 years ago, I had this problem and this is how I solved it. Make a note of it. Or better is make a video out of it. Once you make a video out of it, you will remember it. You can go back and look at it. You can tag it under the personal insights tag in your YouTube channel. So this is how your content creation will be different than others. It will not be the rote ones where you say that these are the asanas, this is the problem. In the next slide, I'll also talk about vulnerability, how it is important. So content creation, these were the three things. I'm not giving you a huge list of what you can do, because I'm assuming that we are all starting new. Even if you take one for each day, then this will cover you for the next 1 or 2 weeks. Okay. So what is important, as I mentioned, is not knowing, but doing. At the end of this session, if you commit to me saying that you will do it, so make sure that you do it for the next 7 days without a break. That is when you will realize, oh my God, there is such a difference between knowing and doing. For those who have been doing it, you realize this. isn't it? Great. So is content creation part clear? Can I move ahead? Give me a thumbs up. Okay, or type in clear in the chat so that I know that you are clear, the content part. Type in clear. Thanks, Nash. Thanks, Dr. Vijay. Alpha, thank you. Received your thumbs up. Yes. Great. Fantastic. Okay. So now that you have created content, it's like, just think that you have a bakery or a sweet shop. Okay. And you have made sure that everything is very tasty and very fresh, and it's there on the on this glass display, and it looks fantastic. I love sweets, so whenever I see sweet shop, I can't resist myself. So, but if nobody consumes it, just think of the problem that you're going to have as a sweet shop owner or a bakery owner. Whatever content you have created, it needs to reach many people. So when it reaches many people will know you. If it's just lying there on the shelf, it has its own shelf life. Like a sweet will have a milk peda sweet will have a shelf life of 2 or 3 days. If it is refrigerated or without refrigeration, it will be 1 day. The same way, if you have posted something on Facebook or YouTube, it'll have its own shelf life of few hours. If more people look at it, they know who you are. But if you miss that shelf life or that window where YouTube, Facebook promotes your content to others, whatever you've created is of waste. So let's look at how do we sell those? How do we make sure that that content reaches many people? So engagement strategies are, first is the comment strategy, comment marketing. Do you know what is comment marketing? Does anyone know comment marketing? If you don't know, can I request you for you to type now? Okay, Malkava, that's good.
Is it that marketing where they put comments up and then you read the reviews? Is that what you're talking about?
Okay, somewhere very close to that, Nash. So
because I read something like this in that ED Times. They were talking about how businesses nowadays pay people to post reviews and comments, and then seeing it, the reviews and comments, people buy stuff. I know it was a hoax note, but I know you don't mean it that way. But I was just thinking that's what I read about. So I meant.
Okay, so see, it can be taken different hues, different color, but the content marketing that I am talking about is different, but it has to do with content. Sorry, commenting. So the comment marketing part has to do with commenting, but you are commenting to the content that you have posted and somebody responds to that. So you comment to them, you thank them. Now what is happening is the engine, which is Facebook engine or the algorithm, is understanding that Nash had put in content and Veer has liked it. So Nash and Veer might be knowing each other. So whenever Nash publishes something next time, let me show it to Veer. And whenever Veer publishes something, let me show it to Nash. This happens when I have commented something on your content. Now, let's look at, I'll go one more step when I come to the third point. Okay, let me come to the third point and then I'll talk about it. See, this comment marketing and Dream 100 is very close by. So what is Dream 100? I spoke about this briefly in the last class for the benefit of Alpha and who are not here. I'll repeat what it is. See, just think of it. When you were a kid, you had a role model in your mind. You said that this math teacher is very nice, very good. I will become a math teacher when I grow up, right? And you worked for that. And you may or may not have become math teacher, but then your intention to become somebody like that was there very strong at that point in time. Now, let's say when you are a yoga teacher, you will also have someone as your dream yoga teacher whom you would want to emulate. And this is for different perspectives. It cannot be you have one yoga teacher and that person is perfect in all the fields. Somebody might be good at demonstrating. Somebody might be good at narrating how to do an asana. Somebody might be good at pranayama. Somebody might be good at kriya. And someone might be good at explaining things. Someone might be good at marketing themselves. So you start taking a diary or in a Google Sheet, start writing who are your dream 100, whom do you want to become like in a particular area. Now, it is, you might have heard law of attraction. Whatever you think and want to become like, it's just a matter of time. The depth with which, the intention with which, the strength of the intention determines whether you become that or not. So when you have, let's say, even if it is not 100, if there are 10 people, somebody is good in certain fields, you start following them. You know what and why is that person clicking? Why is this person's ad looking attractive? Why is this person's demonstration is very good? Is it the angle that this person is using for cameras? Is he using 2 cameras, 3 cameras? What kind of sound quality he has? So once you start putting them, you will start knowing it. So once you start knowing who's your dream 100, then start commenting on their posts. So once you start commenting, they will start realizing that you are there, and then they start responding to you. And once you know that person very well, then you know that you can open up so many doors. The other benefit of commenting to your dream 100 is that your dream market is also following your dream 100. For example, Nash wants to help people with back pain, and he's specialized in that kind of yoga. And Nash has been following somebody who is also helping people with back pain. But this gentleman is established for the last 10 years. So Nash starts following. Nash knows that his customers, dream customers, are a part of this person. So that's where those customers will start knowing that there is somebody called as Nash. And let's say he's from Mumbai, he's from the same locality. Why don't I touch base with Nash for my back pain? So your dream 100, following your dream 100 will help you to connect with your dream customers. Is it clear? Just type in clear or give me a thumbs up. Yes. Okay, the other second point is offering support. How do you engage with people? Somebody would have liked your video or commented on your video. Offer them support, saying that whatever problem you have, I'll give you a one-on-one support. So what is one-on-one support? They will let them block 30 minutes of your time, and they tell what are the points, pain points they have. Now, this is important. Offering support is important. The reason is that, see, there is one-to-one and there is one-to-many. So in one-to-one, you are on a phone call with one person, understanding their problem and then resolving their problem. But as you start becoming famous, you will have 2 students, 3 students, 4 students, 10 students, 50 students. So then it becomes one-to-many because you are one teacher and there are many students. But to understand what is going in their heads, you need to understand their psychology. And once you start doing more of these one-to-ones, you will be able to understand easily one-to-many. In the initial part, just do 100 one-to-ones. Take this 100 one-to-ones meetings. So whoever is having challenge, say that I'm giving a free one-to-one call to you. So block your time. Has anybody used Calendly here? Calendly? Calendly is a software where you can just say that it'll integrate with your Google calendar or your Zoom calendar, and it'll know what all slots are available. Let's say you have class from morning 10 to 2, and that is blocked. So whenever you have any customer who wants an appointment, it will not show any slots between 10 to 2. And let's say you have said that 2 to 3 is your lunch time, and only consultation time is 4 to 6. So it will only show 4 to 6. And when they block their time of 4:30 to 5:30, so 4:30 to 5 o'clock, that gets blocked in your calendar as well. So it's a beautiful integration. It avoids going back and forth, asking, Nash, are you free this Tuesday between 4 o'clock, 4:30? And then I said, no, my calendar is full. So this, instead of this back and forth, it shows you that slots based on what is filled in your calendar, and whatever is empty, it shows you only those slots. So Calendly is a free tool. Try using it. Try to book some sessions with your friends. See, anything, as I said, is doing is what is important. Once you start doing it, you start understanding the tools and techniques. Okay. So, Alpa, what you wanted to ask? Know it as a participant. What does it mean, Alpa? Alpa, I got your comment, but I did not understand.
Yeah. I just used what you're talking about the calendar. I just used it as a participant, but not as an organizer.
Yeah.
So
Start
actually,
using it as an organizer, because it's a very effective tool in managing your calendar. Okay, fine.
yeah.
Perfect. So we looked at two things. We looked at making suite, which is content creation, and making sure that suite gets sold, which is engagement strategies. Now that you are ready, you have marketed yourself, you have built up your, I'm not going into the depth of how do you make your offerings, the sales offerings. I'm not covering that right now. But then what I've covered is at a macro level, what is it that you will have to do in which format? One is the content creation, and then the engagement strategies. So in the engagement strategy, the last point that I want you to make a note is collect contact details, which is very important. Because once you have set up a one-on-one meeting, have their email address, phone number, name, city, if possible, so that you can get back in touch with them. And email marketing is one of the most powerful marketing, even though it doesn't happen much in India, but it's still picking up. A lot of people are using email. Do you want to see how I have done used my Facebook to do my content creation, and how have I done my content presentation?
Very good, very good.
Yeah, let me just show that. Okay, I use a software called as StreamYard, and I go live and I stream on. Right now, I've started streaming on Facebook, YouTube, as well as LinkedIn, and I have taken this challenge of going online, either live or recorded videos, for 366 days. And I'll just show you what I have done till now. So I started this on November 28th. You can see this here. Yeah, so November 27th I started. And so I started what problem I solve, who am I, and how to naturally increase your yoga class size. Then why yoga teachers struggle to attract new students, holistic health versus Western health. I did a talk with Dr. Ruta, who is a dietitian. Then I talked about procrastination. Then I did a 30-day challenge for my community. Then some of the challenges I went live, social media analytics, how to use it. Then I went in an interview with Adarsh Desai, who was a men's transformation coach. We then, on 31st December, it was a good time to rewind what I did in 31st December. I talked about my Kashmir to Kanyakumari cycling. If you look at this, how I have been doing this is I'm using a mix of talking about my stories, giving some, here I have spoken about Saurabh Bothra, how he has done Guinness World Record and mindset related challenges. So every day I'm going online. Now this is giving me a lot of visibility for people who did not know me, or people who knew me, Veer Narayan, as somebody who has worked in Wipro in Singapore, but they haven't been in touch with me and they didn't know that I help people with holistic health. I help holistic health coaches. There is Russell Brunson, who's the author of this book called as Expert Secrets. And he says that if you go online, if you put content for 365 days, you will never be financially constrained. The reason why he makes the claim so authoritatively is he has seen many people who went online for 366 days and they were able to understand who they are and what is their voice. Until unless you express, you don't even know what are your strengths. Many a times my daughters tell, Dad, you spoke like that. Dad, you did that well, but you could have done this better. So people who see us day in, day out, they know what are our pluses and minuses. Until unless you come in front of the world and express who you are, what you offer, you're not doing a good service to yourself. Okay, so that's the reason why I say that I've taken this challenge of going online. So now we have another half an hour, as I promised to you that I'll switch the gears now. Just type in your chat box if I have the permission to go ahead and talk about Holistic Health Society, what I have established. If I have your permission, say yes in the chat box. Thank you, Dr. Vijay. Thank you, Alpa. Vats, thank you. Malkava, thank you. Great. So what I'll do right now is I'll just tell you what I will talk about is okay. Now, Holistic Health Society is something that I started around 6 months ago, and the questions that usually if the answer is yes, do you want to improve your reach? That is online. Do you want to establish your brand online? Do you want someone to guide you through this? Do you want somebody to handhold you? So if anything, if the answer to these is yes, then the next portion that I'm going to talk to you will make sense. Okay, so let me just, using a mind map, I will show you what this is all about. And right now, I will not do a live streaming of